Yes. I mean, it's might change it's tough. I mean, honestly, you don't really think about the ramifications of his injury. You just think about what he's going through. As a human being, he's been through the last year and a half, and just how tough that is to endure. So really, the last 48 hours really all it's been. We obviously know where our lineup's going to be. Bogut taking his space in the starting lineup, and Loon and JB filling in some of those minutes, playing amazing basketball. We feel like we can adjust and keep things moving in the right direction. And it's just tough look.
You mentioned the other.
No, the heart first is terrible to lose in that way. The playoffs, though, are what you guys have been working for. That's where the prize is. And to make a kind of adjustment now without a starter can be a big deal, but that's what Bogut is. How do you see him taking on that role and being ready for it?
It's been talked about a little bit just in terms of he knows our system. He's in really good shape, and his body looks good. His game is productive, and there's a comfort level there for sure. And the reason we signed him, we never want to talk about it. We never really want to admit that's the possibility, but it was to shore up that center position in case of injury. So it's kind of how it's played out, and we gotta be ready to again adjust and win basketball games.
You mentioned the other night that you felt like you guys kind of came like disconnected over those last quarter and a half. Was it defense, offense, the entire thing in your mind? What did disconnect?
I was kind of thinking about it, looking at the film. I mean, a lot of it was they played well. Come back from 31-point deficit, just being handed the game. You got to do something. Lou was amazing down the stretch. Trez made plays. Shannon made a big shot, obviously. So you got to credit them on their effort. And, they didn't quit. For us, we obviously can highlight certain things that could have stopped the bleeding down the stretch. My fouls, turnovers, a little lackadaisical on defense in terms of not being in the right spots to start possessions and not being able to rotate around. And it's a perfect storm of everything happening in their favor and them playing well and us not. So at the end of the day, we understand for 6 quarters, 6.5 quarters really, we were playing amazing basketball. We can obviously not too far from that. So we've got to rebuild that momentum, especially in this first quarter.
Is there a danger in that sense from having a big lead that you can kind of let go a little bit?
In terms of what?
In terms of when you have a lead, like 30-point lead midway through the third quarter, is it a little bit dangerous in the sense that you can kind of back off a little bit? I mean, not that it should be, but I mean, is that a danger you have to kind of safeguard against?
Yeah, it's just not ideal in terms of, like I said, how well we were playing and kind of a Jekyll and Hyde situation where it's the total opposite. But the fact that we've shown like when we're locked in, mentally focused, mentally, physically, on both ends of the floor, getting a good shot with every possession and flying around on defense, we can dominate. And we got to take life out of the building, take life out of the team tonight to continue to just play our brand of basketball. I think obviously like our resiliency and all that we've been through, I don't think the magnitude of a 31-point loss will get in the way.
Hey Steph, how do you think you and you individually and the team go about adjusting to the way the game is called?
Wait, the what? The game is called?
Yeah, with the fouls that they determine as a foul and the ones that let go.
Just don't get distracted by it and just be aware as best you can. I mean, you get a feel from game to game, what the flow is like and how tight the whistle is. But we talked about going into the playoffs, that wasn't going to be a distractor. Anything that's going to distract us from playing good basketball. For the most part, we've handled our composure in that sense, but just be aware coming in the game, be aggressive, try to be the first to attack, and if you need to make adjustments throughout the game, you do that.
What kind of game do you think KD will have tonight?
I think he'll play amazing. Anytime anybody of that caliber is challenged in a way that's, I know it starts with himself more than anything that's said about him or to him. And honestly, nobody really at that level and that capability and what he's accomplished in his career needs any extra motivation. It's just, we know what stage we're on. We know that, how big this game is tonight, and we're all going to show up ready to play. And expect him to be at his best, just like the rest of us.
Do you think he needs to be more aggressive offensively?
I feel like, in terms of the way they're defending us, they obviously are overloading me, King, and Clay, and trying to make it tough on us. We got openings from time to time, but we got to use our teammates as well. But I definitely think he'll have more than 8 shots. Sure.
Is there anybody that plays like Patrick Beverly? His style? Is there anyone like Patrick Beverly? Just his style, please. The way he plays and the kind of guy.
I don't know. There's only one guy named Patrick Beverly.
Last question.
We gotta catch a bus.
Thanks.